Pop quiz, hotshot. Which of these two books was named to Time's list of the 100 best novels you can buy? Was it the timeless epistolary novel from 1797, The Coquette by Hannah W. Foster? Or was it The Watchmen, the comic book about the superheroes written by this delightful looking fellow right here? I'll give you a hint. It's the one that says one of Time Magazine's 100 best novels at the top. How does a comic book beat out something from 1797? I'll let you know. Comic books are grown up now. They're called graphic novels. Let's talk a little bit about them. Graphic novels are storybooks that rely on visuals as well as diction to help convey the plot. Kind of like what hip-hop supergroup Felt is doing right now. Just as the visuals don't distract from the lyrics in this music video, or at least they wouldn't if I didn't turn the volume down, the language used in graphic novels isn't pushed aside in favor of pretty colors. These aren't grown-up picture books. In fact, the visuals help the story flow better and allow for a quicker pace than traditional novels. Also, time and place are easier to determine since the reader can clearly see the setting in each panel. To prove my point, let's take a look at Art Spiegelman's Maus, the second book. And if you look right here, these panels right here, side by side in this row, one is taking place in a concentration camp in Nazi Germany, whereas the other one, this far one here that I'm pointing to with my middle finger, very professional of me, is taking place in Rego Park, New York, 40 years later. Okay? In a graphic novel, you're able to bounce back and forth between time periods, places, that kind of stuff, so you can have two simultaneous stories running at the same time. You can't do that in a novel without pulling in Nathaniel Hawthorne and writing about the scenery for 30 pages while you wait to set up the next thing. It just flows a whole lot more smoothly in a graphic novel. By this point, you're probably beginning to wonder what the difference is between a comic book and a graphic novel. The truth is, there's no widely agreed upon answer to this question. Works deemed as graphic novels tend to be nothing more than long comic books. Comic books, by the way, tend to be only 32-page periodicals with long, ongoing stories. The comparison is similar to the differences between a movie and a TV series. The quality or style of the writing is irrelevant when considering classifications, but the stories function on separate timelines. Graphic novels have definitive endings, while comic books pick right back up where last month's issue left off. Finally, Family Circus provides no story whatsoever. Now let's talk about how to actually read a graphic novel. Again, we will be using your assigned text, Maus, and let's open this up. Now what you're going to do is you're going to read it, you read any graphic novel like a normal book, okay? You're going to start from the top left and you're going to move all the way to the bottom right of the page. Now the way this is going to work is you will go from this first panel to here, where you have these three in a row. You treat them all as one panel, okay? So you act kind of like this is a 3-in-1. You'll go from this guy to the top one on this side and come down. Now these are all even, okay? This is clearly where this section of the panels end. So then when you get down here, you're going to jump back to the other side of the page, and then see, now it starts to make a little bit of sense. Now, if you can't understand how a graphic novel is supposed to be read, you're never going to be able to cash in on the benefits a graphic novel has over, say, another literary text. As mentioned before, graphic novels can possess a greater level of depth than they are given credit for. In Maus, Art Spiegelman is able to synthesize multiple storylines that help present not only his father's experiences, but his own experiences in dealing with his father's experiences. If you now have a slight headache, you can understand why graphic novels are suddenly being taken seriously by English teachers nationwide. In addition, studies have shown that graphic novels are especially suitable for English language learners or struggling readers. Accompanying words with pictures increases reading comprehension while making the text less intimidating. Also, using a different medium illustrates the point to students that literature can come in a variety of forms, expanding their mind and exposing them to the same themes and devices as in a traditional novel, while packaging these themes in a much more attractive format. Another neat little thing you can do with graphic novels is check out the art style, not only of the characters and of the backgrounds, but of the words to try and achieve a meaning. Now, if we look in Mouse Book 2 again, you can see up top here, you have one of the prisoners in the camps. He's pleading to the guard. He's saying, I don't belong here with all these, all these other people. I'm a German, just like you. And you can see this German is bolded up. These letters, they're all capitalized. You can see the sense of urgency just in how it's written. And then, boom, you look right down here, these two panels. You see that black background, and you see the facial expression, and again, you see the inflection in certain words, and you get that feeling of despair, that feeling of hopelessness that Art Spiegelman's really trying to achieve. And you can't do that in a conventional novel. Using the graphic novel format really helped him out here. So make sure you're on the lookout for that as well. Graphic novels get a bad rap from some sectors of academia, and it's completely undeserved. Mouse deals with the Holocaust, survivorship, suicide, aging, racism, and a host of other themes. Just because a novel uses pictures does not make it an inferior work. As you read Mouse, think about how different it would be if it were written like a traditional novel. Then, maybe you can move on to the award winner here. By the way, Watchmen deals with the struggle between right and wrong, the value of life, and a lot of deep philosophical issues. But just so I don't scare you off, there's also superheroes. After all, it's a comic book. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you're ready to start getting into Mouse. I'll see you guys soon.